Meteorologist Joe Bastardi, another edition of Whether or Not. Interesting article in the Washington Post, which I think is uh, distorting the facts here. They gleefully show that parts of the country have had an increase in temperature of 2 degrees Celsius since last century. And most of the country has warmed, actually, since the late 1800s, which is fine because we're pulling out of a little ice age. But what they do not tell you is that since 1986, the maximum temperatures in the nation are actually decreasing. All right. So while what they do is they get a map for 130 years, and 1980, 130 years ago was not in a satellite era. So we don't really know what it is. But let me just say, okay, guys, you want to say this is right? Okay, I'll give it to you, right? How come the max temperatures have been cooling over the last 30 years? You can see where the warmest was, where all the heat waves were. Now, this is a spectacular heat wave going on now. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to portray that as a normal occurrence. That is far, far, far from the truth. All right. And it was an easy to see heat wave coming. Back in July, we said this is going to be an endless summer, September into October. By the way, it is going to reverse and reverse soon, but that's the way the weather goes. In any case, we have this late season heat wave going. Now, why do we know this is not carbon dioxide? I mean, maybe it is. Well, first of all, look where it's warmed up the most. And look where max temperatures are a little bit higher in the West. That's interesting because we have really cleaned the atmosphere up of pollutants and the kind of pollutants that are real pollutants, not CO2. We're talking about particulate. And so there's more incoming radiation. So that's a rational explanation for this. But why is it cooling in here? Why is it cooling here? Because there's more water vapor in the air. Why is there more water vapor in the air? Because the oceans have warmed over the last 20, 30, 40 years. They've cyclically warmed. This is well documented in other times where it's warmed up overall. But what is actually happening here is that the range of temperatures is getting less extreme because night times are actually warming up, right? Now, why would that be? Well, you put extra water vapor in the air. It affects temperatures that are lower more. That's why you see all the warming that's going on in the Arctic. There's extra water vapor in the air. So, oh my gosh, look how warm it is. Yeah, instead of being minus 40, it's minus 30. But that's still significant. Not saying that it's not saying we don't have to deal with that as far as forecasting goes. But the big key is, why would maximum temperatures be cooler? Because if there's more water vapor in the air and the atmosphere is not actually warming in totality, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get more clouds to develop. When you get more clouds to develop, what happens when there's more cloudiness during the day, right? The difference between a bright sunny day. You know that on a bright sunny day, the average temperature is 3 to 5 degrees warmer than it is over the entire average, and 6 to 10 degrees warmer than a cloudy day in the summertime. So what's that telling you? See, this is what gets me. These folks write these articles, and they don't even go to actually look at what's going on. And I'm just here to explain to you what's going on. And look. I don't ask anybody to believe me. I ask you to go look for yourself and try to use deductive reasoning to show it's common sense as to what's causing this. It's not the input of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. That is very, very limited. I won't say it's nothing at all, okay? Water vapor, water vapor, water vapor. That's it for now. Enjoy the weather. It's the only weather you got.